Hi, I'm Miss Absad Island, and I'm very happy and glad to meet you again and talk about certain things. Today's topic, I guess, is about the subjects, school, career, and how people see those things. I'm going to share my experiences in those matters, and I'm going to talk about different things which I think will help the students to decide about their future. At a certain point of time in school life, when we go to class 9 or we pass class 10, we have to decide which subject to take on. And most of the parents, they generally suggest the students to take up either science or commerce, and arts and humanities are sometimes a very neglected field. So when students go up and they take up arts and science, and some few they take up humanities in the course of their life, and I have seen students really struggling to think what they will do in their future, and they don't know what to do. Some are very confident that they will become doctor, engineer, this, that, or scientists even. So I'm glad that they are doing that. But sometimes there are questions which are unanswered, and I have got people around me, or students or kids around me, when I talk to them that why are you taking this sort of subject, and the answers that sometimes I get, especially for arts and humanities, it's really disturbing at certain times, especially when they take up English literature. So I had few experiences of myself, and I wanted to share to you. So I asked a few students, like, why you want to take up English literature, why you took English literature after your class 12 for your grads and your postgrads, sort of stuff. So they said that they are not good enough, and they think they're not intelligent enough to take up science or commerce, and they were really depressed, and they got good marks in English, and their parents said, okay, fine, I don't think you can take up science or commerce, and then go for English literature, for English honors. That will be better for you. And the students have no idea what they can do with this subject, what is the future they will that will lead them, especially when they take up English literature. So another question I have for different student is, why English literature? What means? Do you like the subject? Some of them don't have any idea why they took it, and few answers which I got, it's really disturbing that they took up English literature because their grannies or mothers or parents used to tell them stories. They had a lot of storybooks, and they like reading stories sometimes, and they thought it's easy, and the literature will be easier for them to get good grades, good marks. And I guess that is the uh, main notion they had when they took up this subject. uh, when I ask them, what do you think about literature, the answers, like, what is literature, the answers are very casual, like that we get from the internet, that literature is a mirror of the society. It tells many things about the society, the history of humankind, and stuff. So I said, that's fine, but what do you really can gain from this subject? How you can build your character from here? Then they are silent, and they don't know anything about it. Um, so when you're taking up literature, some of the students have blankly said that literature, like, I don't know, I can't have such intelligence to go to science and commerce. So I think for getting grades and all, I just took up literature, and that will be easy. So after I pass literature, maybe I'll do some MBA or this and other professional stuff. So for grads, I have just taken literature. So just help me out, give me some notes and stuff, and that will help me to get the grades. Even in the study pattern of the students, I have seen that their main focus from the teachers, like nowadays the teacher and student sort of chemistry has become a really professional front. Like, I'm giving you money, you give me good notes, and I'll just mug it up and go to the center or in the exam and just put it down in the paper, and I'll get good grades. So they're just looking for teachers who can give them great notes. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong in it. You need good notes, you need to study well, and you have to get good marks in your exam. That's fine for me. But when it comes to what exactly literature can give you, and such a blank mindset students have when it comes to arts and humanities, and especially English literature, I'm really sorry to say that's if you think it's a very easy subject to take up and you can just go and waltz in the classroom and take up notes and that is it. um, my personal feeling for literature is a little different. First, I'm a science student. I did my high secondary in science, ISc in science, and I really loved the subject science. It was okay for me. But if you say in what subject I was passionate about, that was literature. It drew me very close. And then I decided, though my parents wanted me to become a doctor and stuff, but then I decided to take up English literature and to do something with it. Um, from since I was in childhood, definitely I was into stories. I had many storybooks. I used to read a lot of novels and short stories and stuff and poems. When I was into graduation and I started, with reading literature, I had a deep understanding and a deep relation to the words which I used to read, as if it played into my mind. Slowly, I'm not telling it's a overnight process and stuff, but through years when I, pursued the subject, I understood literature not only gives you stories and it's not only entertaining, but it has a deep social message. It definitely represents the society. You can know the history and culture and traditions in the past, how we came to being. There are oral literature, written literature, there are many other things, in fact art and sculptures, deeply embedded in literature, which gives you a deeper understanding of our growth, our evolution. um, but I also understand literature is one of the subject. It encompasses other subjects as well. So when you're studying literature, you get to know the history. And with history, whenever you're reading a literature from Russia or UK or maybe English, from American literature, or reading Indian literature in English, whatever you're reading, you're understanding the geographical location, the culture, the tradition that goes with it, everything. And you can empathize with the characters in the story. You can understand how the psyche works. And the geographical locations also creates an impact on its characters. So geography, history, philosophy, psychology, uh, so many subjects are really embedded in literature. You have science, you have sci-fi's, and you have to have a deep understanding of science as well, to get hold of real modern literature. Literature actually that helped me a lot through my journey in life is I really understood people, other than, judging people at one glance. I see, okay, fine, this person must be like this, or this person should be, doing this and that. So we are very judgmental at the first go. We don't understand what the person has gone through his or her whole life. We don't need to focus, or don't need to look, and we just, face up front, we just judge people, we talk shit about them, and we leave lies each and every day. Literature gives a perspective, gives you a perception, a different thought. um, I don't mean to demean other subjects. Definitely not. Now definitely every subject has their own credibility and their own stand in the society, but you can't look at a different subject, or you can't look at English literature and say that this is one of the easy ones and it has nothing to do as much with the work of the society. But it does. it creates proper human beings. It creates a intellectual ability. It creates different ideologies in you. You need to have that voice in the society. You need to think different. You need to go out and say things which other people don't. So it shapes one character. It gives you a different understanding at different levels. You don't judge characters very quickly. You sympathize with the people around you. You really need to dig deep and see what the real matter is rather than judging people. And that sympathy, that empathy that we have, the certain sort of understanding that we go through in our life, and it also gives a sort of spiritual awareness to our understanding of life. So it creates and creates human beings in such a way, because we see the historical development through the land, through the world, and we understand people around the world in a different light. So it makes us a better human being. I'm not saying that other subjects, or I'm not going into other things. Definitely every subject is very important, but I'm just talking about certain notions that students have nowadays about literature, about why should we take up arts or humanities. And I have seen students, like they quarrel among each other, ये तो arts लिया है, इसका तो brain ही नहीं है, this person is from commerce, science is the best, and they have a certain enmity amongst themselves. And even I'll tell parents, I have spoken to a few students, and they said me that parents really say harsh words to them when they're at home, that you are not getting good grades in science and this other subjects. तुम कुछ काम के ही नहीं हो, you just take up whatever you want. And literature is not a subject only. Foolish people do all these things and rubbish stuff. And I have seen students crying and coming to me and saying, "Ma'am, I love this subject, but I cannot take it up because my parents, they are saying this sort of stuff to me, and they don't think literature is a great subject. And they think I can't do anything with this in my life." It really saddens me, believe me, because I have seen a few students who really have the potential to develop themselves into fine human beings in the future. And they get depressed when other people around them, even relatives and friends around them, talk behind their back, or talk about their mental capabilities and stuff. So this is just my effort to make people understand that every subject is important, and even literature is very important because it shapes a human personality. It shapes a different way of understanding, and leads to better human beings for the country and the world. So we need every sort of people. Whatever students like to do with their life, they should be doing that. And nobody, no friends, no parents, no relatives, nobody has the right to question the intelligence, the intellect of a certain student. Everybody has their own liking, and I think they should actually decide from the very beginning of their life, when they are in class 8, 9, or 10. They should really think what are they passionate about, what they really want to do in their life. And I think parents should support them. Take whatever you want, whatever subject students want, they can take anything, but you should really have the love for that subject. I really feel sad that few students don't have the love towards that subject. They just look for shortcuts, they look for notes. Many people they have seen Three Idiots, and people quote lines from Three Idiots, but I really doubt how many follow the real message that Three Idiot had, that we should look for the real knowledge. not the grades. The grades and the excellence and everything will follow, the career and people looking out for you, everything will follow in you in your life. If you're confident enough that whatever you're learning, if you're imbibing every knowledge to the very core, and you're following that, you're understanding that, you're loving that with that much passion, everything will else will fall into line, and people will see for what you are. So I just feel, be cool, be confident, love what you're doing, don't demean any subject. And whenever you are taking English literature or any sort of literature, know it's equally important, like any other subject in the world. And if you're going to take it, don't just look for like notes and this. They are a part of study, but that is not the knowledge you're looking for. You're not just looking for a degree, you're also looking for that knowledge that can make you a person, that can give you a certain personality, a certain voice of yourself. So go for that, and I think you'll make great citizens of the future. And best of luck, and I wish all the students best of luck for their 10th and ISC, ICSC and ISC, and their boards and college and everything. And if you do like my video and do like my suggestion that I'm giving you here, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and please give some messages, some feedback to my video, so that I can know that I'm doing the right work and I get some inspiration and I can carry out more and more work in the future. I'll get to see you in the next video definitely. Till then, I love you all, and here Miss Absodilin signing off. Thank you.